Right, this is a live broadcast, the first one. It's on YouTube. More of a sort of test. I've got some important shit to discuss. Jade Helm 15, which is the American military exercise involving going into the state, into the towns and cities, interacting with the public, allegedly. Saying it's training, you know, to get soldiers used to it and that. Now, true or not, what place is like America? Other than America, really, come on. It's hardly a desert like Afghanistan, like Iraq, like half the Middle Eastern countries. It's certainly not the Sahara Desert. It's not poverty-stricken like Africa. It's completely different than anywhere else. It's America. And what concerned me in that, I can't figure out how to do it on this, how to change the scene. But if you take the time, look at the Baltic Dry Index. Just Google Baltic Dry Index. It's a stock and share that you can see anywhere on any stock program, I assume. The code is the BDI, as in BDI, not BDI. And you will see that, I mean, a bit of story first. The Baltic Index has been universally recognized as the best indicator of both American and global economic health. So if that goes up, the economy is doing good. If it goes down, the economy is doing shite. That's what it's saying. It's lost over half its value in the last 12 months. Over half its value. You look at American consumer spending, it is dropping off a cliff. Yes, wages and employment have started to increase a bit. But that's the government's figures. That isn't necessarily accurate. What is accurate is what shops are reporting back. There are 6,000 store closures in America alone, and that's just large businesses who have announced they're going to shut those stores. If there's smaller companies shutting, that's not included. If there's individual businesses going bust, that's not included. And if there's bigger companies that are going to shut stores unannounced, that's not included. So how come employment's going up, wages are going up, and yet all these closures are going on? How come the share prices of the BDI is dropping off the cliff? And how come Jade Helm 15 all going on at the same time? You know, it's due to start in the next month or so, run on for 2 months. Well, let's say run on for 2 months. They don't want to piss people off, but 2 months is a big window for the shit to hit the fan. It's already at the fan, it's on the way down. But look, let's just for a minute assume that the economy is going down, especially in America. You know, there's talk of the reserve world currency changing. There's, you know, it wasn't linked to gold. There's all this, well, yeah, let's call it for what it is. Fraud going on down Wall Street, people making millions, if not billions. For people to make billions, individuals, somewhere else, and I don't care where, but somewhere else, people are losing billions. It's got to happen. Unless somebody is printing money, which is inflation and, you know, too much money, and someone is losing billions. It's just simple math. And this can't go on forever. And, you know, forever is now coming to an end. You've got things dropping off. Every economist knows the shit's hitting the fan. There's the housing bubble, which has re-emerged. Why? Well, here in the UK anyway, Osborne's doing all this help to buy and get people on property ladder and that. You've got old people who are about to cash in pensions, who are going to have more money than to know what to do. Oh, I know, let's buy a property, rent it out. So you've got everyone everywhere buying properties. It's pushing up prices. But what happens when people, they get to such a point, people can't afford to buy them anymore? the value goes down a bit, all of a sudden these buy-to-let landlords, greedy bastards wanting money for nothing, are going to start losing money because their buy-to-let is on the value. Say they buy a £200,000 property and they're going to, oh, we'll let it out for 800 quid a month, and after however many months, 250, whatever, we've got profit, assuming they've got no work to do on those properties. When the value goes down to, say, 150 grand, they've lost 50 grand off the bat, and they've got 2 or 3 properties each, maybe more. They're fucking losing money. And it all coming to a head. And guess who's there to mop it all up? Well, there's an American military exercise going on, as if by coincidence, ready to pick up the pieces. In other words, when your dollar's worth fuck all, you can't buy no food, no nothing, you're going to get upset, so is your neighbour. There's going to be a bit of, unhappiness, to say the least. The military is there with its guns, pointing them around to try and keep a lid on it all. And guess what? All while that's going on, there's tunnels being dug out as we speak, underneath Walmart, American headquarters. I mean, all bigwigs have had them anyway, such as Obama, and they've always had these tunnels. But look at rich people currently employing private security and digging out huge tunnels. Why are they doing this? What do they think is coming in the next 2 or 3 months that all this shit needs to be going on for? Forget the Bible and, there was a story saying that there cometh the endeth and that. Because some people believe in that, some are on the fence and some don't. Let's look at cold hard fact of stuff that is statistical data going down. If one person says something, pinch of salt, but when you've got 10 different news outlets or 100 all saying that stocks are going down, you've got to think stocks are going down, even though that is all controlled. But they can only fucking lie and manipulate and say shit to a certain extent, because if the media, even though it's controlled, said, oh, elephants are going to start flying around tomorrow, most people would say, well, that's bollocks. So they can only distort and bend the truth and lie so much until it all comes out. Anyway, that's me rant over. Goodbye.